What's up, everybody? This is Blake and Levi, the Turn 2 commentators. Finally back on a normal schedule here. It looks like you're at a new place and down in Georgia. How's the move? How you settling in?
No, one just another day. Yeah, just humid. I miss the West Coast weather.
I mean, how many years has it been since you lived on the West Coast?
5.
Has it only been 5?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Seems like you've
We,
been
we
over here forever.
nah, we only count 4 years, no half years.
I gotcha. Well, let's get right into it. But well, I guess before we even start, if you've lived under a rock and missed it, send your thoughts and prayers to the Friesen family. Stuart Friesen got in a really bad dirt race wreck last night. Broke his pelvis, leg, and they're saying he's got to have multiple surgeries.
He'll make it come back.
Yeah, they let Kyle Busch do it when he broke both his legs, so it'd be interesting to see how long he's out.
Yeah, he'll make it come back. For those who follow like skateboarding and snowboarding and extreme sports, typically when they had those injuries, depending on how severe the leg is broken, they can typically come back quicker than a normal person versus like if an NFL player broke his pelvis.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure it won't be comfortable driving a race car.
Yeah, we'll see. Just wait for him to talk. I mean, John Force is in it. I saw in a recent interview, he's still talking about coming back to race. I mean, when you love your sport, you love your sport.
And that man loves his sport.
Yeah, he's still young in his early 70s.
Also, right before we got on, other little breaking news, which really no surprise. Austin Hill got suspended a race for wrecking Eric Almirola Saturday down at Indy or up
I
at
didn't know
Indy.
if he was on. I wanted him to get suspended. I didn't know if he was going to get suspended because of the censure thing. Because NASCAR really had to address it because it was under the same scenario. But I mean, he from the public perspective, he deserved it, and so NASCAR has to going to have to address their punishment decision making in the future on being more cut and dry. But I mean, Austin Dillon is filling in
Mm-hmm.
the last.
Also, Austin Hill loses all his playoff points and any future playoff points he gets for the next 3-4 races. So he's going to start the playoffs with 0 points.
Um, I don't like him whatsoever, but I think he'll be fine with the no playoff points. Because I remember when Martin Truex won all those races, and everyone's saying I think he's the favorite to win the championship, and I was driving for him in the playoffs, and none of those points really helped him whatsoever. So I mean, it just depends on if I'm the 21 team going forward. I just focus on just getting wins, no matter if the points count or not. Going to playoffs on a roll, put all this behind you, and focus forward. I mean, if you're a championship organization, which RCR has proven to be in the past, just focus on it, regardless if everyone knows you're wrong or right.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it feels like I'm interviewing a UFC fighter on Fight Week. He's in the backyard just hanging out.
Oh, you do like one of those people. Hey, yeah, it is. Getting prepared. Got a fight camp just ended. We finished up with some wrestling and grappling. I had a couple of people from AKA come in and help me. Besides
So
DC, I don't like
you're
DC.
preparing for your next matchup, Islam. How are you feeling?
Oh well, I'm feeling pretty confident. I mean, I got sent to Dagestan for 2 to 3 years to forget, so I'm feeling really confident right now. My grappling coach is Bryce Mitchell, so Thug Nasty, so I should be all right.
You gonna have DC in the corner?
No, I don't want DC. I've had John Jones. Imagine if like a fighter requested DC and John Jones in the corner, but didn't tell either one till the
Uh,
day of the fight.
I don't know why they haven't done this. Why don't they do DC and John Jones as the whatever
Ultimate
that
Fighter.
stupid series is?
Um, No, well, because DC already did it twice. Well, actually 3 times.
I know. Well, just as the coaches, they ain't got a fight or nothing. I'd like to see that energy.
I would honestly, I would like to watch that. It'd be nice. John Jones never did the Ultimate Fighter. Uh, I would like to see that.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, moving on. I guess we'll stay with the Xfinity series since we just talked about Austin Hill. I guess what do you want to call it? The Brickyard 250, whatever the name of the race was. I don't even remember the name of the race, but Connor Zillich get the 100th win for JRM. He's on that. He's on that hot streak.
Well, I don't really consider him getting because of what happened before. It's not like I don't. He won it and he got the 100th win, but it wasn't like he didn't dominate the race whatsoever. I don't believe so. It was between two of the drivers, but they ended up taking themselves out. He was right place, right time. So, I'm gonna sing his praises, but not like he was at Pocono, just right there because it was a mistake
Yeah,
on two of the drivers.
I do feel bad for Allgaier because he did pretty much dominate that race, and the best driver in the world lost a little bit of talent there.
Hot take. I don't feel sorry for Allgaier whatsoever. I put that incident on both of them because if they both could have who was that? I forget who it was. Who said that Kyle Larson? No, Mark Martin said Kyle Larson could have took more ownership of it, but it's a going theme of Justin Allgaier. At the end of the races, he always does something. He gives off at the end of the races, like let's say like what you just said, Kyle Larson, he lost a little talent whenever he gets in these mishaps. Justin Allgaier, oh shucks, if he was supposed to win, no, you're supposed to pull it off. That's the only part I don't like about Justin Allgaier. Like last year when he wrecked in Phoenix and then wrecked twice, but he still in a winning championship.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to clean that up.
Yeah, I know. I do agree.
But do you know who the first JRM winner was?
Yeah, Mark Martin.
Mark Martin.
Mark
I think
Martin, and that he was in the 5 car.
he was the best
Yeah, they've had
JRM
a
driver that went through. Not
well.
what they were in that series, just overall. Like if they magically walk in the door, who's the best driver?
It's hard. It's hard to say because they've had a lot of he's had a lot of people walk through there and do good and have become good, superstars in the sport. I mean, you think of William Byron won a championship with him, Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick. You had Noah Gregson have those 8-9 win season a couple years ago. I think the season that really stands out to me, and even though he didn't win the championship, is that Noah Gregson season. I don't know what it was about that, but that was just a great Xfinity Series season.
I'm gonna say the William Byron. That back to back, right? Or Tyler was that Tyler Reddick?
Tyler Reddick won back to back with he went to JRM and then went to RCR and won.
So Tyler Reddick did with minus back to back. He with this driver, he did what Daniel Hemrick did. Daniel Hemrick was with them and then switched over.
So yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Daniel Hemrick used to drive the 8 car.
For me, I like when Alex Bowman was there, and he drove the '88, I believe, the National Guard.
Yeah, I think he's done a couple things. I mean, Brad Kay was one of the main. Martin Truex. I mean, there's so many guys.
See,
but the Martin Truex,
I think
the Martin
of
Truex
Penske.
thing is, I don't know if they count this, and they might. But Martin Truex technically raced for Chance 2 Motorsports.
I look at Martin Truex at JRM.
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
I think those are the last 2 great years for Xfinity. Well, besides the Austin Dillon year, that was one of my favorite years for that because every time you saw that car, it was just up front, regardless if you won all the races or not.
Yeah.
But then you got also put Junior in that category too, because he's.
Oh yeah. He had a lot of wins too.
Yeah. Overall, pretty good for JRM. Can't wait for them to get out 200 wins.
One thing on Kevin Harvick's podcast, do you agree with him that Xfinity should go to IRP instead of the big track?
It's a better race than the Cup race. But as far as that race winning it, yes. Because it gives that smart. It's going to pack it out. It's almost like 2 separate fan bases when you go to IRP versus the big track. Because every time I watch IRP with trucks or Xfinity, I watched that more than I did the actual Brickyard.
Yeah, I need to really fix this chair.
plus IRP is similar to like I think for the true fan base is similar to what Iowa is because it's not a mile, it's under a mile. So that's
Yeah.
one of the tracks that people can go to and get their work in that are up and comers. And so you can almost go to that track as a fan in the second higher division in NASCAR and see the drivers progress. And you can see who truly has driving skills or not. So as far as like the looking at prospects, I love it for the Xfinity series. Now, if you tell me to put the truck somewhere else, yeah, honestly, I will. It won't have. I would like to see the trucks on that track, but I don't think they deserve it.
Nah, I don't think so either. Um, well, any other thing before we get into the uh the cup side of this?
Um, no. Just waiting to a couple of weeks. That's when I'm more. That's when I'm getting excited for NASCAR in a couple of weeks.
And you mean in 2 weeks at Watkins Glen?
Yeah, my favorite track on the calendar. No matter what scenario is at another track, Daytona 500,
Yeah.
Watkins Glen, my favorite track. If only they raced the full course and not the short course.
Yeah. All right. Well, Brickyard 400. Bubba gets the dub.
Yeah, feel sorry for Joe Logano for blowing the tire. A lot of him, Bubba, Tyler, before everything happened, they executed a real good game plan because everyone's talking about the other cars. And then when those other cars pit, it's like, oh wow, okay. Wait a minute, we forgot about these cars that are up here that are basically good on fuel. We don't have triple overtime.
Yeah.
So I mean, shout out for the 45-22 and 23 for making those strategy calls that put them in the correct spot.
Yeah. And what was crazy, which I'm sure it was that, Penske trying some things. Maybe they were trying some, setups, pressures, but Cindric and Logano both blew right rear tires.
Yeah, but I expect the Penske to be strong at that track since Penske owns
Well,
that track.
of course. Of course.
Kind of like HMS cars at Charlotte. I expect it's almost
Yeah.
like their home track. I expect teams to be good at their home tracks.
Right.
Also, besides the bubble, a really big shout out to Catherine Ladd because I've been telling you she's been good. I wish I could have chosen, but I couldn't. But I mean, I think you chose Larson, but she's driving a car that's just as fast as this chair that I'm sitting in. And put her in the top car, she'll be good. I mean, she finished ahead of FEG on her. She passed him. So, I mean, she was up
yeah.
there trying to stay and lead that lap, but she had to pit. And so, just like Freddie said, she was racing Bubba, wouldn't give up the spot, and trying to stay on a lead lap.
Yeah.
And
I
she
mean,
was
and
like, I think she was like 6 miles an hour slower than cars on the front stretch.
that's crazy. But hey, she was at a track that she's very familiar with. So
Told you, I trust her at that track. If you give her a strong, if they said we're replacing Justin Haley with her next year, I don't think too many people will be mad. Can't do too much worse than what he's doing.
yeah, that man is struggling. I mean, he did have finally a decent type of run. I mean, he finished 11th, but
Yeah, you're only as good as your next race.
yeah, which they might be figuring some things out finally. Other notables that did good, which it was. Now, I wouldn't say a surprise, but definitely a quiet top five, which is RFK always up there. Ryan Preece and Brad K and top.
Yeah, they've been on a run last 5 races with most of their cars getting top 10, top 12. I believe Priest finished 12th, if I'm not mistaken. They've been on a nice run where all of their cars have been finishing around the same area, like it's an F1 race. The cars finish right beside each other. I think it's more not necessarily speed, but good calls. And just like what Brad K said, a couple of weeks ago, he got into a bad situation, got caught speeding. Just deal with the situation, just weather the storm, and work your way back up. Then, but you see a lot of the old guns, kind of like Denny Hamlin, when you start in the back. No matter, they can start 25th, you can find yourself up there just nipping at. Okay, get this one position, this next position, good pit road, no penalties. You don't respond. You don't respond. I was done. No, I was waiting for you. Yeah, no, you're good. What? Why you keep stopping? I can hear you. I can hear you clear. Yeah, I can hear you clear. You just said the race was good. Well, honestly, if you take all take take all storylines away, strictly talking about the Cup Series, I give it a 5 on the race. Storylines bump that way up. But if you're strictly talking about pure racing, you don't know who's on the track, just looking at cars go around, 5. But the storylines bump it up to depending on who you talk to, it can be a 1 for the storyline or it can be a 10 for the storyline. Based on racing and the passing. That's good. That I want to see. I want to revisit that at the end of the year. Even though his previous crew chief Booty was really good, but this crew chief change, it seems like they focus more on staying calm and weathering the storm and making good decisions throughout the race to put them in a good position. Even if it's a bad, let's say they practice 35th, qualify 29th, and they finish 18th, feel like they're just weathering the storm. Take what they're giving them, and they have one of the best pit crews. Why you keep stopping?
All right, let's try this now. Let's see what happens. Well, you good?
Yeah.
All right. Well, sorry for the little delay, but also I debated on even bringing this up, but I'm gonna go on a rant. I have never. Well, I mean, it's sports. I get it. Some of the comments I have seen the last couple of days are crazy. I mean, we all know. I mean, it's obvious why nobody like the people that don't like Bubba. We know why we don't. He doesn't
Why you
like.
say
They don't
that?
like Bubba. What do you mean?
No, I was like expound on that last part about the sports. Because I know that you say you're supposed to have thick skin in sports. I guess depending on what it
Well,
is, it
yeah,
draws a line.
I get it. It's sports. There's shit talking with everything that goes on. Whatever, cool. But when you downplay somebody's achievements and then you talk down on this man's family and I don't know. I just feel like there's a line you cross.
I think a lot of those people, I want to know if they'll say that if they meet the actual person. Because if you're, let's say Blake Hester's in a room with 100 people and 95 of them all say something bad about you to the person that just walked in, regardless, it may be a little merit to that. And then if 95 people say something good about Blake, then I mean, it has to be merit to that. It's almost like the Skip Bayless to where Owens thing to a lesser degree. All would have to, he split the locker room in half. Him and Dominic Nab get along, half the room didn't like him. But the other half came out and said they like him. But with the Bubba
Yeah.
Wallace situation, I mean, it may be drivers who may not like him, but that's life. Not everyone at your job likes you. They may not tell you. I mean, that's life. You don't go
Yeah.
and expect everyone like you. But when everyone bumps and comes and goes out of their way to congratulate you, even Alice Bowman did. I mean, and then people on their own podcast, they don't have to say this. They can just, oh, it's another win. Talk about how nice they were. Like Jamie McMurray said when he first heard about it, oh, I didn't know what to, I thought he was like full of himself. And then I saw him talking to fans and I talked to him. He's not what you expect. But honestly, a lot of times, if I was Bubba in that situation, because I honestly thought I put myself in that situation because that's where I wanted to be. I wanted to be a NASCAR driver from the age of 3 and 4. That's all I wanted to be. And when I saw that, I was like, honestly, wouldn't I would honestly be like Kevin Durant. I'm gonna see everything everyone says. I'll just pick and choose who I want to go at. But I'll just have thick skin, let that go roll off right off. Because
Oh,
one, you
and
can't
I
do what I do. Two, we already discussed this. A lot of the people that make the comments, I don't even know why they're having kids. They probably only graduated kindergarten. The ones that were last thing, the ones that were honestly hurt me, even though when fans talk about my family, I don't care. They're not in my house. The one that would hurt me, let's say like I know they ain't say nothing bad. Let's say someone in the garage, like a prominent crew chief, came out and said, "I'm just trash and I'm a bad person." The people who are it's like a homeless man
yeah,
saying that you do your job bad, but they're you take too hard more what your boss say versus what a homeless person would say.
right.
But as a fan looking at it, it's just dumb.
Oh
Because
yeah, and
if he finished dead last, they would have said something. If he finished first, they would have said. If he goes back to back, the conspiracy that NASCAR is taking over and letting him win, but you also follow that sport who allows that to happen, so you look more like a clown.
it And a lot of these comments, the skin color comments and the NASCAR conspiracy, half of these people can't even form complete sentences. They don't know how to spell. They don't know how to form like, and you're just openly commenting all this stuff with your full name is your username. I'm like, I could go look up half these people right now on Facebook.
They don't realize that if Bubba Wallace's dad, even though it's not the best relationship, if he was to say something in the comments with his picture without his name, they would say, why are you defending? That's his actual dad. They don't know his dad looks just like him. And
I
then
mean,
I want to give a shout out. I don't know his name, but the black guy with the Confederate flag saying how he hates Bubba Wallace, just optically, regardless of whatever people think of the flag or not, that guy looks dumb for saying that. Yeah, a lot of people don't think about optics. So many people have jobs because you actually got to watch what you say.
that's what I'm saying. That's the one thing I'm like, man, if you really wanted to screw somebody up, you could go find these people and find where they work. It is not that hard.
Or the person that threw the beer can on the track,
That
apparently trying to stop Bubba Wallace from.
that was crazy too.
Because on TV, it's like, what exploded on the track?
And I'm not gonna say not gonna say I root for Bubba. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of Bubba, but I root for him. I like to see him do good. I think he's a good personality. He's good for the sport. But when he won, it was cool. Like I was standing up in the living room, like, yes, Bubba, please beat Larson.
I was watching people's reaction, no matter the skin color, they were just crying. And I mean, I shed a tear because I was like,
Yeah,
honestly, in that moment, I thought about when I was a kid. And I was like, I wanted to get, honestly, I thought that was just me and Victory Lane. I was like, well, imagine what
yeah,
that feels like. And then on top of that, I mean, someone that worked so hard to get to the craft and they say, oh, that's 3 wins in 9 years. I mean, you got to celebrate that. If you're, if somehow you enter the ARCA race in a month and you won it, would you just act like it's another day on the job? Would you celebrate?
No, you celebrate the wins because this is a hard. Any sport is hard to win at.
I mean, the fans would love to see Dale Sr. get one more win. Did Dale Sr. know that was the last win whenever he had it? What was that,
No,
Daytona or
no,
Talladega? So he got to celebrate the win like it's your last. That's once
yeah.
said.
And now that I'm a dad, and he's a new dad as well, and I resonated with him a little bit when he saw his family, saw his wife and his son. I was like, I know that's a good feeling right there.
How would you have
Nothing.
feel when you got that win in Oakland seeing Dad just running?
Oh, I mean, I know for that probably that moment when he saw them, he probably didn't even care about the win. He's like, my family.
I didn't do that right there. You can't take that away from. Let's say you don't win a race for 5 more years. I mean, you still got that lasting image. You don't get forget the
Hey,
feeling.
Bubba Wallace is a Brickyard 400 winner. He won at the most prestigious racetrack, arguably in the world.
Larson's had 3 tries this year to win at that track, and Bubba is 1 for 1.
Yeah,
Exactly. I mean,
yeah,
he beat the driver. Was it rain short? I mean, people talk about it was a rain short win if he was going to win if they stopped the race, but then take away all the rain short races that Dale Senior had. I think it was 3.
yeah. Oh, yeah, he was in the lead when it started. I saw, there's other comments. Oh, well, he only won because it rained. Do y'all not pay attention? They had a rain delay for 18 minutes and they went back racing.
I
And he held
remember.
off the best driver, as they are, that everyone says, on 2 restarts.
I remember 2 years ago looking at I had to go on TikTok a lot to watch a race, and this girl was like, "Oh, Bubba, he's in the top 10. He's gonna wreck everyone just naturally." I'm like, "Really? Who's feeding you this? I want to know where the narrative starts, and you just see the
Well,
car like."
they gotta take the tinfoil helmet off for them to even logically think. And these people are out in everyday life, out just functioning.
And then they said, then the people calling Bubba a racist. First of all, if he was a legit racist, do you think people would congratulate him in the garage?
No, and then the whole the one you told me today, they secretly put fuel in there when the cameras weren't lurking. These people
I mean,
actually comment and say these things.
I remember what was that early was that Dover when Denny didn't know he was gonna have enough fuel to finish the race and he ended up winning. But then the people that say it's a DEI win, okay, if Larson would have won, it would have been DEI win as well if you want to go with that logic because he is. They think he. How many people you actually think Kyle Larson is a full Caucasian man?
Probably majority of them.
They don't know that man is half Asian from California.
Yeah, they don't know that.
And then if he gets to win, it's like, oh, he stole that win. Honestly, you cannot. If I was him, I want to put a logical reason as to why. You can blame the passing, the aero package. That would be a more logical reason because then people say, well, I mean, you're right. Then say it's a bad race, it's a Brickyard. He's ruining the sport. And then my all-time favorite, NASCAR died. Not even when Dale Sr. died. NASCAR died in the summer of '76. When you've been following this sport for almost 50 years after it died. They said
Yeah,
the ratings going to go down
somebody
for the
did
rest of the
comment
year.
that on the TikTok I posted. I just posted one picture. Wasn't even a video, just one picture of Bubba Wallace winning. 500 likes and 500 comments. Majority of those comments were hate comments. A
You know what's
lot of
crazy?
ignorant people, and a lot of the NASCAR died when Dale did. I'm like, well, you're clearly keeping up with it still.
Would you consider Bubba Wallace a well-mannered person?
I think now, yeah. I think now he
No,
would
just
be.
in general.
Yeah.
Well, besides that, because now look, if they're treating him like that, imagine how they would treat a guy who was like, he had talent, but he acted like Kodak Black, but he was in NASCAR.
Oh, I would love to see
Imagine
that.
Kodak Black was a NASCAR driver. How do you think the people in the hills will act? You think you're gonna beat him?
Hey,
I can beat
look,
him off the track
he
and on the
gonna
track.
have.
You see, I seen the wife he's with.
Hey, he gonna have one guy that would ride for him. I don't know if you've ever seen this man. He looks like he is from the hills, and he be dancing on TikTok to Kodak Black songs. He looks like he lives in the mountains.
There's a if Kodak Black was a NASCAR driver, there's one thing he can say to get back at those West Virginia hillbilly people that don't know. You know what he can say? You may not like me, but your daughters like me. Imagine he said that after winning. Imagine he was like winning like Kyle Larson. So just
Oh, and
imagine, well, I could have this
speaking of,
skin.
I get Kodak, but you know who's a big NASCAR fan? And not
A
gonna say
lot.
I just found this out, but Waka Flocka like hangs out with Colic Racing.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, he's from Clayco,
Yeah,
born in Europe but raised in Clayco. So I mean, he's a big fan. I mean, Shannon Sharp talked about he used to go to races before he even went to Savannah State with his grandpa. Michael Jordan went to a lot of races.
yeah,
Michael Jordan and Brad Daugherty played on the same basketball team at North Carolina. So it's a lot of people. If Bubba was to win a higher clip, it would. I'm not saying he's comparable to this athlete, but it would be like Tiger Woods because when Tiger Woods, which one do you think would be more impactful for the entire sport of NASCAR? If no, it's another driver. What's another? If William Byron won the championship this year versus if Bubba Wallace won the championship, which one do you think would spread across more?
oh, the Bubba Wallace, because the William Byron one would be like, that he should have won.
Because one, they're bringing part. Okay, he's the first African American guy to win it, even though it's mixed race. And then they'll also say he'll be all over the world. And then on top of that, I guarantee this line will come up. Is he the next Lewis Hamilton? Because Lewis Hamilton went through the exact same thing Bubba did, but Lewis Hamilton came. Guess how many races it took Lewis Hamilton to finish on the podium when he first
How
got to
many?
Formula One? One. So if we need, you see the diversity either with women, besides that one we saw with the Stanley Cup and the ARCA race a couple of years ago. And I thought that was Sierra in the ARCA car for some reason. But you see that, because I know you seen your wife drive like that.
Just
But you
shaking the
see the
Stanley Cup
diversity.
around.
You see the diversity coming up with all different shapes, sizes, creeds, all of that coming up. I think that's what it will. I know NASCAR's roots is on the South. You don't have to get away from that.
Yeah.
But like a global expansion, I am an F1 fan and NASCAR fan. But if NASCAR is a one sport out of the whole world that if it goes global, it can have an impact of soccer. Because one, All of the other series in the world, not that many VA series. You got the Supercar series, but you know the Middle East loves the VA series. If you bring them into NASCAR, the money will just follow it.
Mm-hmm.
If Bubba was winning like Kyle Larson, that man didn't win, what was it, 100 races? And look at all the sponsors he had.
Well, I know that's what's
Now
crazy
look at the
is,
sponsors. Now look at the sponsor that can come to him. Now
yeah, I mean, and look, he won. I mean, went on nightcap. I mean,
he was all over the place.
he's
I mean,
opening the doors for other guys, and he's also paving the way for guys like Raja and LeVar Scott, who got the talent as well. And if they get that shot, if they will do good.
as a kid, as a kid who liked NASCAR, I remember what your family had said when you had told them I was a NASCAR fan. I was the only one for the longest of a darker complexion that loved NASCAR.
Yeah.
One, when I looked at it, I didn't care what people look like. I just wanted to go fast. 3 to 4 years old. That's all my grandma used to say. You want to be a thug on the street, or do you want to be a NASCAR driver? I said I want to be Jeff Gordon. Yes, at the time I was a Rainbow Warrior, so now pause. But that's all I wanted to be. So if I was a teenager right now and I'm seeing Bubba Wallace, that was just okay. One, someone that looks like me can do it, but then two, I want to go do that. And on top of that, Michael Waltrip, who speaks more highly of Michael Waltrip than I do? I want
Dale
that man
Senior.
everywhere. Besides him, that man went 17 years in the Cup Series without a win.
He's
You
got
gotta love it.
4
That's almost
wins.
like,
He's got 4
and they're
total
all on
wins.
plate racing.
Yep.
He didn't get a win till he hit DEI.
Yeah.
You gotta love it. It's
Yeah.
like you see the baseball players who played in AAA or in the minors for like 14 years and they get their first call up, and then they have a family. Imagine you in AAA trying to get called up after 15 years.
Yeah. I mean,
You gotta love the sport.
and also as a fan, I mean, you've been a fan, I've been a fan for NASCAR pretty much our whole lives. I see what used to be at the track back in the day, the so-called glory days of NASCAR. If you saw any other race other than white, people were like, "What are y'all doing here?" But now it's totally different. You see everybody, and it's
Full
awesome.
families, not
It's
just a
cool,
black man or white woman. You see full Indian families.
dude. A couple
Exactly,
years ago,
like in the sport.
me and Brendan went to a cup race at Atlanta. It was like a whole family of like 30, 40 people of an Indian family. I'm like, all right, hey, here you go. This is NASCAR.
And just separate but similar. You know how many black guys were drafted in NHL draft? 9 were drafted in this year's NHL draft.
Oh wow.
When you see this different people, like, because at the end of the day, if color don't matter, you got the talent, you got the talent. Just doing that, I mean, how many people you think wanted to play that were not even black, just because Tiger's mixed of Asian and different descent went to play golf. I started watching golf as a kid. When I saw Tiger, I started watching golf.
Yeah.
Now, if any of the main majors or big tournaments on, I will watch every single second of it.
Yeah.
It's different. That's why for me, when I watch soccer, coming in from that point of view, and like soccer and tennis, it don't matter what creed, sometimes shape, because you got to be in good shape.
Yeah.
All I care about, can you play? Can you play? And then on top of that, what you like, add personality to it. I'm not gonna be all, well, you know what some of the comments say, NASCAR just is the same. What does that mean?
Um.
It don't
Also,
look like it did in 1948.
as I guess to move to the next topic, as a fan, there's been a lot of talks on playoff format or season format. A lot of it been going back and forth. A couple people coming out that they're on the playoff committee trying to make changes. Um, as a fan, as a motorsport fan, for me, I could care less. Just do whatever you want. I don't care. I just want to see a good product and be entertained.
Well, if you look at any other racing series, no matter what racing series is in the world, no matter if their point systems are different, none of them have a playoff format. Out of the hundreds of racing series
Yeah.
throughout the world, does F1 ratings go down? they have for not having a playoff format? Nope.
Nope.
They still get the TV ratings. People think the TV ratings aren't that good, but that's only because it's in America. F1 is obviously not based in America. Supercar series, I mean, Dome IndyCar series, no MotoGP, no, just whatever you. If you're 9,000 points behind your second place, I mean, well, you should have stopped the driver. I
And
honestly would think.
I would like to see. I wish it's almost like do a throwback season. You know what? If they were to be like in 2 years, we're doing a 36 race points, like no playoffs. We're going back to the old way. If you lead a lap, you get 5 points. If you lead the most, you get 5 points. I want to see how it would go down because I think I will. I still think races would mean a lot. You would see some strategy. Take away the stages. Let's just see what happens. I mean, let's change it up just a little bit. I mean, we can change it every so often. It's okay.
No, I'll keep the stages because every 10 years, the last decade talks about it's not the same. And
Okay, then take the
the people
stages off of Daytona and Talladega and road courses.
I would honestly like to see this stages stay at the super speedways.
Well, I just think that the
Only
whole
well,
right
no, I
now
wouldn't
with
take
the
none of the stage.
package.
I wouldn't. I would. I wouldn't. I wouldn't take none of the stages away. I would take away the stopping for stages. Like 60, I
Okay,
like to do a road course where like the stage is a stage, but it's not bring all the cars around. I would do it.
yeah,
I would treat, like I said before, I would treat it like F1 did when they do sprint races. Each year is different, and each of the sprints are different. Okay, so these 7 races are going to have this. The way you can game plan it for that. I think winning should be prioritized more. But honestly, I don't want to hold 36 season this straight. When I think the season's too long, I will meet in the middle
yeah.
to where it's a championship round, not 10 races. 5 or 6 races, these group of people make it at the end. I would do something like that. But forget what I think. I would let the drivers or the team owners vote on it. Even though it's for the fans, the people that are actually doing the sport, they should have a say so in it.
I think
Not
so.
if I'm a driver. I'm at the mercy. I'm at the mercy for the people that have never did this before.
Yeah,
Just like the NFL. Or if I give it a race, and F1 votes on rules each year, and it's based on the people that run the teams. They're based on it. So HMS can, let's say HMS and front row can vote. We want a 36 playoffs, 36 race playoff, or the old style, and all the other teams vote. Oh well, the majority rules.
mm-hmm.
They should
Speaking
do that.
of
They should have an actual drivers union.
playoffs and points, um, had a had some shake up in the playoff standings. Bubba getting that win, he moves up to currently, if you playoff format, ninth in the points, and that cut line's
If
getting.
I'm Tyler Reddick, I'm not worried.
I don't think so
I'm not
either,
worried. Because
unless
16
something crazy
to 17
happens.
to 42 points.
Yeah,
If
unless you
if
see
I'm a,
like
if
a
I'm a
Ryan Priest or Kyle Busch win, then you're might be a little
if
worried.
I'm a dri- if I'm a driver, I'm not worried about none of the. I need to win or none of that. I'm just going out there and have it one. We go out there and each race the best race possible I can race. If I'm the team, I'm thinking about all that.
Yeah,
I'm like, I gotta just have to put me in the best position to win the race.
yeah. Tyler Reddick, he's 138 points above the cut line. There's only 3 more spots available. We've had 13 winners. Do we get any more new
Yeah,
winners?
I said there's gonna be 3 more new winners. I said there's gonna
So
be
you
three
think we'll
more.
have 16
Yeah,
total like 16 winners?
that no 15. Bubba was a one when but originally the file said we had
Okay.
three new winners, and Bubba was one. So I expect 2 more, 2 new runners in the next 3 races, and when the last guy just based on points.
Do you think we have a new winner at Watkins Glen, or do you
I
think?
don't know. We can have a new winner in either of these.
I
We
mean,
can have
that
a
is
winner of
true.
either of these tracks. So and that's what I think. I don't know because it's a different track and setups and all that. We can have 2 different new winners. So I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly I don't know. Like going to Iowa is we don't really have any history on how the cars are going to go.
Yeah, I mean Ryan Blaney, I think he dominated that race last year, so that could be completely different this year.
I don't even have him finishing in the top 30 this race.
The top 30? Or you said top 3?
I think it's going to be. I think top 30. I think it's going to be a team or a manufacturer that's going to have a bad race at Iowa and together.
Oh. And also the regular season points is kind of shaking up to might have a good little finish here. Chase Elliott's currently the leader of the regular season. William
I think
Byron.
he's going to walk away with it.
William Byron's down by 4. Kyle Larson's down by 15. Denny's down by 20. And then Christopher Bell down by 62. So you think Chase is going to win the regular season?
Easily, because he's out of all those drivers, he's been the most consistent across every single track we've been to. And no matter what, he can start dead last, and somebody going to finish 13th. His regular season average finish is fine. I mean, he may not win, but he's been super consistent most of the year.
Yeah.
Denny Hamlin, he can be leading them, get caught speeding on pit road. Christopher Bell, as you saw the other day, he can lose talent because I said he's a junior Denny Hamlin. And then William Byron, I mean, he can be dominating, and then he can be, I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah. All right.
None of those guys are winning the championship anyway, so.
Going to Iowa, and like you stated just a few seconds ago, don't really have a lot of history to go off of. Ryan Blaney won there last year. I can't really remember how the race went. I feel like it was a decent
wasn't
race.
it the track they had repaved the top of the bottom of the track, but they left the top the same?
I can't remember. It didn't leave a really impression on me, so it must have not been that great of a race. But
I like both of them, especially when Justin Allgaier ran a corn scheme.
Well, I do know they said that it's sold out, which, hey, that's cool.
As a Midwest guy, we sell out our tracks in the Midwest.
So let's just go ahead and get into it. Turn 2 pick. kind of on a roll right now.
Yeah.
I've won that last 8.
Mm-hmm.
You had Riley Herbst last week or a couple days ago, and I had Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
Did you choose Riley Herbst as a throw 'em pick 'em race, or you chose him because he won
his whole career? Because out of his whole career racing on those style of tracks, he's actually have a higher average finish than a lot of the top drivers in the Xfinity Cup Series. Just on that style of track.
Fair enough. So I'm just gonna make this short and sweet because I'm kind of running out of some guys here. Kind of winding down. I'm a little hesitant to pick this guy, but I'm gonna go Chase Briscoe.
So you'll probably have a good start.
That's what I'm worried about.
Can you read me?
I feel like he's gonna have a good start, but it's if they can make it last. You said do what? Read what?
Can you read me who I have?
Have left? Yeah, you got Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Justin Haley, Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe, Josh Berry, Logano, Todd Gilliland, Zane Smith, Cole Custer, John Hunter Nemechek, Tyler Reddick, Bowman, Cody Ware, Ty Gibbs, SVG, and Daniel Suarez.
I'm going to go John Hunter.
All right. You locking it in?
Yeah, I'm going to go John. No, I'm going to go Justin Haley.
Okay. You sure? Is that who you're picking? Oh, my God. Well, some more technical difficulties here. I'm assuming.
I'm going to go Justin Haley.
See what's going on here. You there? Yeah.
I'm going to go with Justin Haley.
Okay, Justin Haley.
Too many people talking about the speed he may have across the board.
All right, fair enough. What about... Oh, we didn't even do Xfinity. You got any... What's your Xfinity pick?
I don't have the entry list yet. Do you have the entry list? I'm seeing if it's certain drivers
it's
in the
out.
race.
Who? What number?
Gibbs cars.
And the 19 is Justin... I'm gonna butcher his name. Bonzi
Bogniani.
Yeah. Bogniani. Yeah, I guess that's how you pronounce that. And then he's in the 19, then Corey Day's in the 17, and then Ross Chastain's in the 9.
I'm going with the 17 Corey Day.
All right, I'm gonna go Justin Allgaier.
Oh, really going on a long shot out there. I don't trust him at the track. He probably will lead every lap except for the last lap because he dove in too hard and scrapes the wall and said, comes down in pit road like, I'm sorry, man. I thought we had a good car. It's like, it was almost as
Well,
no, you don't forget
other than
that. You're
that,
on
you
Connors
got
Village.
okay. Fair enough. Connor Zillett.
I'm thinking about choosing Briscoe for next week for all Watkins Glen.
Okay, I got somebody
I
saved for Watkins Glen.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna save SVG for Daytona. He has good super speedway speed because a lot of times it's either a Hendrick car, a random Penske win, or it's always gonna be someone else. For Daytona, I don't know if that because that's gonna be a lot of stress going into that race. Who do you want to make? What couple drivers do you want to make the playoffs in the Cup Series?
Who
Like,
do I
if you can
want to make
get
the
two,
playoffs?
if you can get two new winners based on how the season's been going and whatnot, who would you want to get a win? And they, both, yeah, in these last three races, who would you want to get a win? Like, in two new winners, you know, because I
Kyle
guess it's been
Busch
a good
and
year for
Carson Hocevar.
storyline. If you had to choose for one of them not to get a win and miss the
Then
playoffs,
I want Kyle Busch to get the win.
how far do you think he would go if he made the playoffs?
Maybe the second round. You'd have to
If he made
hope
the
for a
playoffs,
lot of people having issues.
if he made the playoffs, I have him going to the. I was about to say, I was to say Elite Eight. I have him going to Elite
Yeah.
Eight because honestly, look at this whole year. It's only been two drivers that have been consistent throughout the whole year. Ryan Blaney hasn't been consistent the whole year. Kyle Larson hasn't been. Denny Hamlin hasn't been. Chris Bell hasn't been. There's like 10 drivers that are currently in the playoffs in the top 16 that have not been consistent all year. They may have wins, but they may have three wins, and then like 7 races for finishing 27th or better. So this year of inconsistency has been really strong. It's a hit or miss. Like for me, for the last thing I got, I don't think Kyle Larson's the best driver in the series. I personally think it's a tie between Joe Logano and William Byron because one, Joe Logano has won 2 of the last 3 championships, 4 of the last 6, or 3 of the last 6. William Byron, if he's on his point, but my hot take is
I see that argument.
There's a growing segment of people. I have SVG going to the Final Four in Phoenix because consistency, he don't wreck. He does not wreck. Everyone in the top 16 has way. How many DNFs does SVG have this year? None. If maybe one. If he's been a wreck, wherever he just finishes.
He's
races.
just going to have to be really consistent. He's going to have to get top 10s and top 15s.
I think he can make it to the Final Four. I think he don't get a top 5, top 10 at Darlington. Every single race he gets better. I'm a pencil in for that trash track called the Roval. Because honestly, whoever wins the regular season championship, how many times has that driver won it? Well, 9 times out of 10, they all have bad years. The only year where I think it's different when Tony Stewart magically had no win before the regular season was over and then had 5 wins in the playoff championship.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and on top of that, if Bubba Wallace goes in there, he has plenty of tracks he's going to be good at. Plenty of tracks. Imagine the Final Four.
Because is Kansas in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so. They go to Kansas twice, right? I'm going to tell you this Final Four. Who do you think the majority of fans are going to be rooting for? Because you see how they are. SVG, Bubba Wallace, Joe Logano, and Denny Hamlin. What if that's your Final Four?
Oh, my God. They would freak out.
Because they've always said something. Who would be the favorite going into the weekend?
You'd probably have to say Joe Logano.
Exactly. And if Joe Logano end up win 2 in a row, Denny Hamlin gets his first, SVG wins without winning on the oval, that would be a storyline. Bubba Wallace wins. You know what they're going to say after that? Oh, it's a down year for NASCAR. But
they rigged it.
But I'm really interested in seeing did you see the menu for the new NASCAR 2025, the end race menu under caution?
No.
I saw it. It was at Bristol. It had a lot of options, recommendations. It didn't look like E5. It looked really good for the options you can take.
I don't know. We can end on this topic, but I saw a deep dive from 2 guys that play a lot of motorsport games, they're worried.
I'm not worried because from all the people, the little small pages or the teams that play that aren't the main people, since RFK got to play was it yesterday? Um the not the non big people, they said it just races 100%. And I haven't played Riot Racing. They said if you just forget all the BS, the racing is just like iRacing. Just the racing itself. That's what sold me.
You got to send that. You got to send that to me so I can see that.
Yeah.
But all
That's all I
right, well,
got.
that's all I got. That's all I got for tonight. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. Follow us on all social media. Turn into commentators, and we'll see you next week after Iowa. Later.